Well, we're staying local again today. We're here at Leys. As always, we're going to check out the rotary hide first. And looking out on Rotary Island, it looks like it's mainly black-headed gulls, all busily fighting for a decent nesting place. And it looks like it's black-headed gulls on the floating pontoon further out too. And looking right on the shoreline of Rotary Island, we've got a pair of tufted duck and also a pair of oystercatcher just flown in. There's a vicious north wind blowing off the water there, so we're going to move on. It is a beautiful sunny day today, but the wind is blowing from the north, so it's pretty chilly too. We're just going to move on to the Barnear hide now, see what we can see there. Looking out over the scrape, not much to see. There's a lot of water. We've got some black-headed gulls here too, and young mute swan, and also here too a pair of nesting coots. And if you look carefully, just right on the edge of the nest there, you can just see the bald head of a young coot bobbing around. And looking further out from the Pioneer hide, we've got redshank, lapwing, lesser black-backed gulls, and a very quick-moving ring plover there. Also just flown in, magpie. Okay, we're going to move on. Just walking down the perimeter path. Our next port of call will be the Paul Britton hide. There's more and more leaves appearing on the trees now. Just looking out over the crop fields there, we've got a couple of lapwing. I remember the days when these fields would have been covered by lapwing and golden plover. I was walking down the path, you can hear willow warblers there in the treetops, even with very few leaves on the trees. They're difficult to spot, but there we have one right at the top, and a decent shot in good light. The blue sky behind. Okay, we're in the Paul Britton hide. We've chosen to stay in the ground level. It's a two-tier hide, and we've got displaying lapwing out there. A few more dotted here and there. Just want to move in on the iridescence on the back there. It really is quite subtle but beautiful too. Also got coot actually out on land and grazing Canada geese and moorhen. And right on the far side of the scrape there we've got snipe. Some more in the grass here. There must be about at least 7. But on the internet, wood sandpiper has been reported here. I'm hoping to see that. But there's another decent view. Just flew out of sight, then landed on the far side of the scrape. It's actually a Whimbrel. They've been reported here before, but I've never seen or filmed one. Smaller than a curlew and a smaller beak. But brilliant. It's just been pointed out to me. There's the wood sandpiper. Just moving through the undergrowth there. And this is the first time I've seen a wood sandpiper, let alone film one, which is excellent out in the open there. Different markings to a common sandpiper, but very similar size and shape. Off it goes. Excellent. We've just got these rare breed sheep here. These are actually Manx Lotan sheep, or spelt Loaghton, but apparently the proper pronunciation is Lockton. Very rare breed of sheep. The ram here with his 4 horns. We're just moving on and just disturbed a grey heron. She flies off there, and looking towards the water there we've got carpets of cowslip. Continuing on down the path, we've got male reed bunting there. Walking on towards our next port call, which will be the viewing screen. Here we are, looking out. looks a bit bare. We've seen good cross-section of species of birds today, but not huge amounts, apart from the black-headed gulls. Always lots of those on view. We've got a lapwing and further out some cormorant on the island where they usually are, and the odd coot. Carrying on down the path to the Charles Towler Eye, which overlooks the feeding station. We've got great tit picking around in the hedge, and views of various nice blossoms. Okay, we're at the Charles Towler Memorial Hide, which overlooks the feeding station. We've got usual mix of birds out there. We've got female chaffinch, male chaffinch, greenfinch, and lots of great tit that come to the table to pick up seed and then take it into the surrounding foliage to eat. And also, as usual, good views of these beautiful bullfinches. Always a good chance of seeing them here on the feeders. Okay, moving on, overlooking the pond and the water beyond, we've got common tern, which have just returned here, swooping over the water. Okay, we've reached the old concrete dock, which has been converted into a San Martin bank, and we've got San Martins on view, swooping through the skies above us there, and some perching on the wires. Okay, carrying on down the path, this used to be an old railway line. Not going to hear chiff chaff, and indeed there it is. Been a good year, chiff chaff so far, seen lots of them. And looking further out on the water, got a little egret. Well, we've almost completed our circuit of Summerleys here today. It's finished. We've got more cowslip on view and a wren singing in the hedge. It's been a really good day today. The highlights being the Whimbrel and of course the wood sandpiper. We're almost back at the car park, ready to head home for our Sunday lunch, so I'll see you next time.